I am Cassandra Sellers, and I'm with Jasmine Armour, and I will be doing a patient whose child has been diagnosed with who's been chronically ill. Thank you for coming in today. I'm happy you came in to talk about the hard times you have been going through recently. Before we start, I just want you to know that what you say will stay between us, but if you talk about harming yourself or others, I will have to report it. So do I have consent to talk about what's been going on lately with you?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I heard that your child has recently been diagnosed with a chronically ill disease. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, my son's been diagnosed like in the last past week with a chronic illness that diagnosed mal- with malatournal bleeding, and they had to hook him up to life support in order to keep the blood going where it needs to go, and like time and time again bleeding him out just to get most of it out.
So, what are they doing to help treat the bleeding?
So right now they kind of put him on like blood thinners and now and again drawing blood out of him, maybe donating it who those who need it.
So, how have you been feeling with all this going on? Because I'm sure that you're probably not working right now and staying with him.
It's a little hard to see my child hooked up to machines like every day. He doesn't look as happy as he usually does,
Hmm.
and they're not giving me like a definite answer on why this is happening to him all of a sudden.
Okay. So, how are you taking things at home with your husband? Have you guys been fighting more, you think, or been closer by going to the hospital together and all that?
We argue time and time again about whose side of the family it came from. He thinks it's my side since most of my family has like chronic illness, but I think it's his side since most of his family has like blood problems and heart problems.
So basically, you guys are blaming yourself for what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So do you think that's gonna split up your marriage if your son happens to pass away?
I think it'll put a strain on our marriage, a significant strain, but maybe we can get through it. I want us to get through it.
Hmm. So with your son being in the hospital for long periods of time, do you ever take a break and go home to shower and sleep, or do you just stay there and eat and sleep?
Sometimes it's hard to go home because I know as soon as I go home, me and my husband just get in an argument and we won't really talk to each other otherwise, besides like arguing with each other. So I usually like pack overnight bag, like beg the nurses to let me stay there so I can be with my son.
So with COVID and everything going on, has your family been able to visit your son?
Not really. We've been FaceTiming with him a lot, but other than that, he hasn't really had real contact with him.
How is your work life going? Are you able to work from the hospital or are you taking days off now?
I call off a lot saying that I'm also sick or I just don't feel it today.
Do you think if you just told your work what's going on that they would be accepting and maybe give you time off that's not paid or maybe be generous and give you time off that's paid?
I don't think they would give me as much time as I need. They'll maybe give me like 1 or 2 days, but I think my manager will probably call me back in.
Are you thinking about maybe quitting your job and then getting a new one once your son gets better?
Um, Not really. I like this job that I'm at, but they don't give me the time I need with my son. And if things continue this way, I might just have to take up a second job to pay the bills that's coming in.
So, with your son in the hospital, are those bills being paid by your insurance or are you gonna have to cover those out of pocket?
Um, a majority of it is being paid by insurance, but it's still a lot that I have to pay. And so, like with me out of work, like taking time off, my husband has to take like double shifts at his job.
So, is this affecting you financially? And do you think that you can recover from it?
I think it's gonna take a while to recover from it, but I think I might be able to get through it.
So, how do you feel about your financial situation right now?
I feel like it could be better, and I definitely want it to be better, but it's not much I can do right now.
Mhm. So you said that money might be an issue and guys might have to work overtime. Have you asked anybody in your family or seeked help from other organizations that may help you pay some of the bills?
I haven't asked my family. They're not the giving type,
Hmm.
so I really don't want to reach out for them and make it seem like I need their help because I guess I really don't. If I just like go back to work, I can make the money, but I really don't want to.
Have you looked into any other organizations that could help you, like churches?
I haven't looked into any organization like that. I'm not a really religious woman, so I try to stay away from the church. And I think organizations are just like kind of a loan bank, and you eventually have to pay them back.
Well, I know a few churches that might be able to help you, and you don't even have to be part of the church or believe in any religion. And I will write down a few of those churches' names. And basically, you just have to go there and tell them what's going on, and they will try to help you financially. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Thank you for coming in today. I will get you the name and phone number of those churches that you can talk to that should be able to help you out. And I look forward to seeing you for your next session. And hopefully by then your son will recover and maybe he can come with you. Does that sound good?
Yes, it does.
Well, have a nice day.
You too.